Stepn is a web-free lifestyle app with social-fi and gamify elements. Players can earn by walking, jogging or running outdoors. It is the first web-free NFT game that requires you to literally move from place to place for any progression. The more you move, the more tokens you earn. Now the app itself is easily downloaded on the App Store or the Google Play Store as well. So you can hop onto your phone and download it now. However, in this video we'll be showing you how to get an activation code. You might have got to this point after downloading the app and been stuck and can't get an activation code. So we'll show you today how we can get it. So when you load the app, you'll get something like this, and it will ask you for your email address and email verification code, and you can log in. Now all you need to do is of course type this in, type your email in and hit send code, and what will happen is you can see a countdown here, and in your email you'll receive a code to type in, and once you've received your email you'll get a verification code to copy through. Be careful, the verification code only lasts 10 minutes. So if you hop back into your app, you can then paste it through or type it in. Once you put through the verification code, you're now met with this page here, the activation code. It does say we are working hard to make Stepn ready for everybody, and we are building up our community ecosystem carefully and responsibly. Thus, an activation code is required to enter the game. So how do you get an activation code? So there's an option down here to click below the start box that says get activation code. So you can click that, and what it prompts you to do is look at different community settings to get a code. If you hit go, you will see that there's options to click and different communities that you can look into to try and get a code. A lot of them being Telegram, Twitter, Reddit and Discord at the top. Now this is where I recommend that you would have a second screen handy, so either a computer or a laptop alongside your phone, as you will need to be able to quickly find your information and paste it into your app. Now before we go through these community options, my best tip to you would be is if you're involved in a small community yourself that's private, it's best being involved in one of these Patreon events or your peers to get an activation code if you can. These activation codes are hard to get, they're very competitive, so finding one online is most likely being used, so getting someone from someone you know will be a lot easier. The first option you can see is if you go to Discord, it'll load up and you can accept the invite, and you'll see straight away that there's options here from a bot. Now on the Discord itself, it does release an activation code every 12 minutes. So you can see that here. The trouble is there's probably hundreds of people looking at that Discord all at once. So the chances of you getting it will be pretty slim. So that's why it's important to have a separate screen, a separate laptop and your phone to actually type it in whilst you look at your laptop. So if you can get this up in your laptop or your iPad or your computer, that would be better. There's the option as well, Telegram and even Twitter and Reddit, but my top tip for you is to go to Twitter. That's how I got my activation code. So if you load up Twitter here, it takes you straight to the actual Stepn Twitter page itself. You can see there it's legit, it's got over 300, almost 400,000 followers. But the best way to get an activation code and how I got it is if you go to the search function and then type in Stepn activation code, and you'll see here there's a few options that come up. Now if you go to the latest tab, you can refresh it, and what you'll see is the most recent tweets from anyone who types in Stepn activation code. With that, what you'll see is some people actually release an activation code, and then you can use that to activate your own account. So you can see here this guy's 14 minutes ago has posted a tweet with his activation code. So if I was looking for one, I could use this number to see if I can get it. However, it was 15 minutes ago, so it's most likely been used. So if I just keep refreshing, you'll eventually find a new tweet that you can use to get your activation code. Looks like Twitter's a wee bit slow just now, so if you can keep doing this, guys, at a more busier time, I'm sure a tweet will come up and you can copy that activation code and type it straight into your app, and then you can activate your account. You can even browse Stepn's Reddit page to see if anyone's available to give you their activation code as well. Well, you can see it's pretty active. There's a couple of posts every couple of hours, and you can see if someone's available to give you an activation code, so you can authenticate your account. And there we have it, guys. Those are my hints and tips about how to get your own Stepn activation code quick and easy. This is how I this is how I managed to get an activation code, and it only took me about 5 to 10 minutes. So just be persistent on Twitter, guys, and make sure you've got fast hands and able to type in your code. Certainly use Twitter as well, just to tweet out and ask people for activation codes, and that is a really good way as well to find someone who would give it to you. But otherwise, guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure to comment, like and subscribe. Peace.